Hello and welcome back to Remember the Flowers. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is basically right before the party. Right before Cyrus is set to leave with Silver on their 6-month-long mission, where they will be away from the gang for 6 very long months, hunting for basically meteorites, lodestars. Also, something very nice happened. Cyrus and Axel had a chat. They are contemplating perhaps pursuing something together, a relationship. But, they both have some thinking to do, and, they may or may not partake in a date afterwards. And yeah. Silver is about to have a time with Canto because he decided, you know what, I'm not gonna, talk to Canto. I'm just gonna wait until, it's announced to everyone that I'm gonna be gone for 6 months. So yeah, we're about to see something. Anyway, so yeah, without further ado, let us continue Remember the Flowers and witness... The fateful day is almost upon us. Silver and I are set to leave tomorrow evening. Karain came to my room midday asking if I had anything planned. I had to feign confusion when she invited me to dinner that evening. She denied that it was going to be at Starlight Road. I could tell that she was trying to come up with an excuse as to why. She said that it was a secret dinner thing. Acting confused got harder. When I said that I'd be happy to come, she deflated like she thought that I turned it down. The party is going to be in a conference room in the base, one meant for social gatherings. I decided to show up 45 minutes early to see if she needed any help. Karain was in the middle of pouring herself a drink when I walked in. After some prodding, I convinced her to let me stay to set things up, but only after I admitted to knowing what tonight is really about. That damn fox. Why'd he have to go and ruin the surprise? He's an assassin. They hate surprises, naturally. Doesn't mean that he has to ruin it for others. Oh well, I'm sure that it will be a fun time regardless. I intend to make the most of it. You excited? Yeah, I hear the parties here are crazy. No, you goof. I meant for tomorrow. Oh, also yes, I'm excited for that too. If not kind of nervous. Good. Silver wants to leave at nightfall tomorrow, so we have plenty of time to prepare. Feels like an awkward time to set out, if I'm honest. You were just going on about how he's an assassin. You're less likely to be seen if you drive at night. I guess. I think back to how Silver left us at the campsite. Though I don't have a good night vision like y'all do. Oh, don't worry. We can take care of that. Karain grunts as she lifts a rather large table all by herself, holding it above her head. Let us know if you need anything before you leave. We still have some time. Thanks, but you sure you don't need any help with that? What, you kidding? She laughs as she starts holding the table with her real arm. Fair enough. I'll leave the heavy lifting to you. In that case, you can start setting all the cups and kegs up. You can handle that, right? Leave it to me. Oh, by the way, there is actually something that I wanted to ask you. Lay it on me, rookie. I think that I need to book another appointment with my favorite hairstylist. Favorite stylist? Who? Cyrus, are you cheating on me? I'm flabbergasted. What? I'm talking about you, silly. Oh, really? I'm your favorite? She gives me the biggest pair of puppy dog eyes I've ever seen. You're my only stylist. Ha, just kidding. Of course I am. And it better stay that way. She lets out a hearty laugh. But seriously, what do you need done? I need a dye a different color. Boss's orders. Is that all? That's easy. We can figure it out tomorrow morning. But first, we gotta finish setting up your party. She winks at me and then continues what she was doing before. Karain and I chat away as we finish setting up the party. She said that it was last minute, so not many people would be able to come. That being said, close to 50 people have RSVP'd already. I only know about a dozen people here at the Resistance. Now that I am part of them, it'd be in my best interest to make a good first impression. Slowly but surely, people start rolling in. While stacking cups, I feel a tap on my shoulder. Aaron smiles down at me. He was just released earlier today, so I'm happy to see that he seems in good spirits. I try to resist the urge to hug him since we're in public. He's got a reputation to uphold after all. That doesn't stop him from picking me up in a massive bear hug. "God, Uncle!" I exclaim, patting his back as he squeezes the air out of my lungs. Aaron chuckles before setting me down. "Sorry, hehe. Just excited to see everyone again." "Me too. We haven't gotten the gang together in a while." "Such is life, being a mercenary." The tiger shrugs before moving to pick up a box off the ground. "Is this a good place to set up some food?" "Should be. Rose didn't give me a lot of guidance." "Figures. That is her style after all." Aaron starts unpacking containers of hot food. "Wait, did you cater for the party?" "More or less. It's been a while since I've been in the kitchen. Naturally, I couldn't turn down this opportunity." "Hope it wasn't too much for you. You're still recovering." "That's what I should say to you. Looks like you worked up quite a good sweat." "Who, me? Psh, I'm fine. Trust me." "Oh, and I made something special just for you." I gasp. "Did you make—" "I did indeed. I figured that you want some carbonara one last time before the big trip." "Yes! You'll need to teach me your recipe. I could try to make it while on the road." "I'll send it to your Axiom before the night is over. Let us enjoy ourselves tonight, yeah?" "You bet. I can't wait to meet everyone." "That shouldn't be a problem. You're kind of a celebrity down here as it is." Aaron points to my Arcadia collar. "That alone will clue people in. Those collars are usually safe for high-profile missions." "Really? Titania made it seem like it was an under-the-table kind of thing." "I shouldn't be surprised. You are a special case after all. Most people start small when they're recruited. It was a long time before I was ever asked to wear one of those things." "Oh Lord. Hope it doesn't raise people's expectations of me." "I think you're going to do just fine. You held it together against a member of the fraction. Most people here can't say the same." "I think you're being a little dramatic." "I'm serious. You'd be surprised how many members of the Resistance stick strictly to volunteer work. Not everyone is a fighter. Many of us go around to different cities to help those in need. It's part of Titania's initiative to help bring the country together. So, fighter or not, it was still impressive. I don't think that I'll have to worry too much about you being gone." "Well, like I said, I'll make sure to give you progress updates when I can." "And I'll do the same." We continue setting up the tables and watch Aaron place out all the food that he carried in. While I'm looking up and down at the spread, my mouth starts to water. It doesn't look too different from the typical finger food that you would find at any party, but it's been centuries for me. While Aaron isn't looking, I swipe a few sandwiches and quickly store them away in my Axiom. You can never be too prepared. Hunger can strike at any moment. I have no idea why I'm trying to be discreet. This is my party after all. Oh well. By the time that the party got going, it became hard to greet everyone. I'm pretty sure at least 100 people showed up. The more the merrier, they say. Being the center of attention has never been my fortitude, but the party is technically for me, so I tried to be a good guest of honor. People are staring up at me, starting to whisper. Some pointed to my hair while others pointed to my collar. Aaron introduces me to a few people that I've never met before. To my surprise, they're other escaped pristine carriers. I guess I never expected to see other carriers working for the Resistance. Some are human and some are beastmen. Everyone here has their own story that they're writing. I think that's beautiful. Despite my eagerness to the party, there's only so much socializing that I can handle before I feel the need to escape. Just as I'm about to get some fresh air out in the hall, a certain fox stands in front of the door. "Hey, where do you think you're slinking off to?" "My battery is drained. I need a breather." Might have to wait. I think Rose is about to make the big announcement. The what? The sound of the mic feedback fills our ears. What's up, party people? Unsurprisingly, Karain gets the crowd going pretty easily. I point up to the stage. Does she want me to go up there? Afraid so. Silver's smirk fades as his ears fall back. Confused, I look behind me. Canto's in the crowd looking around, soon spotting us. Go ahead. I'll sit the announcement out. I don't have a chance to reply as Silver tries to leave himself. Karain points to me. What are you doing over there, rookie? Get up on the stage. Oh god, I feel my cheeks getting flushed. This is just another test. With feigned confidence, I make my way up to the stage. Please welcome the newest member to the crew. Normally this would be the time to announce his first alias, but as you all know, he's pretty famous. Regardless, Cyrus is as much of a member as the rest of us. Y'all better treat him right, or you'll get my metal arm right up your ass, and not in a fun way. The hyena holds the mic out to me. Wait, fuck, I never prepared a speech. I take it with a bit of hesitation. Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to make it out tonight. I whisper to Karain. What do I say? Whatever you want. She says in an excited whisper. Thanks. I clear my throat. Oh, well, I wasn't really expecting to make an announcement tonight. I'm also not the best at these kind of things, so here goes. I just want to say that I'm looking forward to working with all of you to take down Resume. I was stuck in there for a really long time, longer than most people are alive for. So if anything, I hope that you can trust me when I say that I'm going to give it my all. As most of you know, my first mission starts tomorrow. Everyone's been asking me how I'm feeling about it. My answer is still the same. I'm excited to get to work. I'll be gone for a while with my good friend Talon. In that time, I hope to grow into a valuable asset to the team. Thank you again for coming out, and I hope that you'll enjoy the party. Similar to what Karain was manning the mic, the crowd roars. My embarrassment shows on my face as I scratch my cheek. I hand the mic back to Karain. Can I leave now? I'm a bit overwhelmed. Of course, go enjoy yourself, guest of honor. I will. Thank you. As I turn to leave the stage, I see Canto and Silver in the corner. They look like they're arguing. That doesn't look good. My gut's telling me that I can only mean one thing. Before I can reach the floor, I see them leave the venue. By the time that I get outside, they're nowhere to be found. I do hear footsteps in the distance. Trying to be as stealthy as possible, I follow them. I probably don't need to, on account of Canto's yelling. I can tell that they're right around the next corner. I stay put, trying to listen in. I can barely make out Silver's voice. What I do hear makes him sound pitiful, scared, confused. How is this any different?
That's part of the problem. It isn't.
I gulp. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you. I didn't think that it would be that big of a deal.
Of course not. You never do.
Uh-oh. For a moment, I consider stepping in, but I stop myself.
Look, I think it's time to cut the bullshit. You have your life, and I have mine. I'm taking the hint loud and clear.
But...
No, I'm not doing this anymore. Not until you tell me what's going on with you lately.
I expect to hear Silver reply, but all I hear is silence followed by a defeated sigh from Canto.
You know what? It's fine. I'm tired of being your afterthought. I'm not gonna sit around and feel like shit anymore. I hope you have a safe trip. Goodbye, Silver.
With that, I hear a heavy set of footsteps walk further and further away, followed by a lighter set quickly running away. Oh fuck. What should I do? What can I do? At the end of the day, these are two adults. I can't just force them to be together. We're leaving so soon, too. I don't want this to be how they end things. I walk towards the hall where I heard the voices. Sure enough, no one's there. Canto can probably handle himself. It's Silver that I'm worried about. I try to think like Silver. Where would he go when feeling vulnerable? To Ash? No, he's the type to be alone. There's only one place that I can think of where he can be alone, mostly. I make my way down the hall. I'm hoping my instincts are right. It's about a 5-minute walk to our room. Should I knock? No, it's my room too. That'd make it even more awkward. I try to act natural. If he asks why I'm not at the party, I'll just say that I forgot something and needed to grab it. Easy, right? I sigh. It's never that easy. Nothing to it but to do it. I put in the door code and walk in. The lights are off, as expected. I hear something rustling in the corner. I decide not to turn on the light for his sake, leaving only the hallway to illuminate the room. I can tell that Silver has already turned on to his cot, trying to act like he's asleep. You know that I can tell that you're faking, right? 'Cause you usually snore? Silver rolls over and glares at me. The fur under and around his eyes looks damp. I don't snore. Yeah, I know. But I got you. I walk over and then plant myself next to him on the floor. I don't say anything right away. Trying to find the right words is difficult. Well, go on. Out with it. You can tell? I know you heard us. You're not that stealthy. I chuckle nervously. Then I'll cut to the chase. What's going on, Silver? You know I'm here for you. I don't want to talk about it. Well, not talking about it is why you're here in the first place, isn't it? Come on. I think for a moment. I have an idea. Let's get out of here. We could go to the surface for a bit. What for? Just to get away from everything. You know, whenever I was feeling down, my best friend would come barge in and drag me out of bed. Do you mean Deanna? Yep. Then she would stow me away in her car and we'd go driving around town. Or go to a park or something. It's easy to get lost in your own head sometimes. So, what do you think? Silver slowly sits up in his cot and looks over at me. After a moment, he nods. I stand up and extend my hand to him. Sounds like a plan, then. After we make our way through the base, we eventually reach the surface using the elevator. Once the doors open, I step outside and Silver follows me. I take a deep breath and look all around. It's a clear night, the stars are bright, and there's even a cool breeze. The crickets are lively too. I find a nearby boulder and take a seat on it. I pat the spot next to me, inviting Silver over. He looks hesitant for a moment before finally walking over to join me. Come on, let's sit down. A little bit of fresh air always helps clear my mind. We've got a great view too. Look. I point up at the stars. Silver looks up for a moment before taking a seat next to me. I notice his gaze drops down quickly to the dirt below him. He looks lost in his thoughts. You hungry? I stole some snacks from the party earlier. Maybe it's just me, but thinking on an empty stomach just makes me feel worse. I open my Axiom inventory sphere. After pressing a few buttons, 2 wrapped up croissant sandwiches drop into my lap. I pick one up and hold it out to Silver. He doesn't answer, but takes it anyway. Thanks. We sit in silence for a few minutes, quietly eating together. But it doesn't take long before I hear sniffling. Despite that, he keeps eating away until he finishes a sandwich. I say nothing at first, but start rubbing his shoulder After a few moments, I screwed up, Cyrus. I really screwed up. What do you mean? His voice cracks a bit when he responds. I don't even know where to start. And that's okay. I didn't think that I would feel this bad. He deserves better than me anyway. Why's that? Because I don't even know how to do any of this. I don't have any idea what it means to be a good boyfriend. I wasn't ready. I can hear the frustration in his voice. Back then, in that orphanage, I wasn't allowed to feel anything. That's why I'm so good at what I do. It's probably why I have such a messed up relationship with my feelings. I think that there's a part of me that never really left that place. I'm still stuck there. That makes sense. The past sticks with us hard sometimes, no matter what we try to do to move on. It's too much, Cyrus. I can't focus on my missions while worrying about someone else. It was hard enough letting Ash go off on his own. So, what are you trying to say? He takes a deep breath. I can't be with Canto. Not right now. But I was too much of a coward to say it after all this time. And now everything is fucked up. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. And I never said a damn thing. You say that, but there has to be a reason why you've lasted this long. Because it feels like he's my anchor. I owe him so much, and I was afraid of losing him. And then I did. The white fox lets out a staggered breath as he covers his eyes with his left arm. I've always been alone, and I was fine with that. It's how I operate, and it's what I'm used to. Since I'm always away on missions, it's so easy to run away from it all. But why am I so stupid? Silver, you're being too hard on yourself, but this is exactly why you should talk to him. If you don't, it'll eat you up alive. And I don't think you're stupid, okay? Relationships can be messy. It happens. But if you want to fix it, you have to communicate. You don't get it at all. What? Stop making it sound so easy. Silver's hands shake and curl up into fists. He immediately stands up and moves in front of me, holding his arms out as if to present himself. Just look at me, Cyrus. I'm hopeless. Just a stupid broken mess. I don't know anything. I didn't get to go to school and figure my shit out like you. It was just me and my brother. I never had a childhood. They took that away from me, and I'll never get that back. But I managed. Despite everything, I clawed my way out of that hell, battered and beaten. Silver covers his face with his left hand. But hey, at least Ash turned out fine. He can go on living a normal life and he's just okay. Sometimes, I'm even jealous of him, and I hate myself for it. But I can't do that. From that moment I was forced to take a life, I can never have that. So I'll just keep fighting for us, and so Ash can live happy and free. When he removes his hand from his face, his eyes are so intense and clear. I stand up so that I can meet him at eye level. Silver, have you ever thought about just taking a step back from all of this? You've already fought your battles. You don't have to keep fighting. His glare pierces right through me. No, you don't get to say that to me. You're no different than I am. Maybe it's under different circumstances, but we're all here fighting towards the same goal. I want to push back, but I know he's right. Everyone has tried on so many occasions to stop me from pursuing this job, but I didn't listen. I don't think that I have the right to tell him what to do here. I'm sorry. Silver turns away from me. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. It's okay. I get what you're saying. This is a dangerous job. What we do is dangerous, and I don't think you understand that yet. For your sake, I hope you never have to see the horrors that lie ahead. But I can't guarantee that. And I won't always be there to protect you. I know, and I appreciate you being honest with me. But there's no turning back now. Not after everything that's happened. Maybe I haven't seen what you've seen, but I want you to know that you don't have to fight all on your own anymore. We have each other now, and out of everyone who could accompany me on this mission, I'm really glad it's you. Silver's eyes widen and he looks away. Fine. Then I hope you're ready. It's the boss's orders. I shrug my shoulders and chuckle. Silver sighs and puts his hands in his pockets before looking back over to me. I have to stay focused. I won't ever forget all those kids that we met at that orphanage. I'll keep fighting for them too. Even the friends that we lost there. He says this under his breath. See, this is what I'm talking about. Canto doesn't need to deal with that or any of my baggage. I'm the farthest thing from normal. Silver. I can still remember when we first met. Would you believe me if I told you that we kind of hated each other? Honestly, that doesn't surprise me at all. I might be close with Aaron and everyone now, but it wasn't always like that. Silver chuckles to himself, a pained smile stretching across his face. And still, Canto was the first one to try and reach out to me. At some point, I gave in. That's all it took. For the first time in my life, I felt released. I smile, imagining Canto being affectionate is still a new concept to me. Well, it's not hard to see why you had feelings for him. We got pretty close over time, and then one day, he confessed to me. Why do you have to go and do that for? He's an idiot. Or maybe I'm the idiot who let him. Silver holds his head in his hands. I've always felt like if I lose Canto, I lose a part of myself, you know? Oh, I definitely have been there. Silver sits back down next to me and brings his knees up to his chest. I still can't begin to tell you what Canto means to me. I didn't know what it felt like to be held and to be loved. I was living in the moment. I didn't want to lose that feeling. That scares me. I'm afraid that I'm always going to be this broken thing, clinging to things that make me feel normal. I slowly extend my arm towards him and start rubbing his back. But you're wrong. You're not broken. You're more normal than you realize. You should try looking at the silver lining more often. No pun intended. I managed to make him laugh with that one. You grew into the person that you are today because of your struggles and experiences. That sounds pretty normal to me. You don't want anyone else to suffer. It's why you're so protective about the people that you care about. Think about it. Think about Ash. Would he really be where he is now without you? And look at me. You've had my back since day one. Weren't you the one that said that you were a big factor in helping me escape? I'd still be rotting away in a containment chamber somewhere if not for you. Silver turns to look at me. You're okay, Silver. Even now, you're letting yourself open up. What's important is that you finally acknowledge your feelings, right? If you don't think that you're ready to be in a relationship, then you need to be honest about it. Silver is quiet for a moment. I'll talk to him then. I nod. He sighs and leans into me, resting the side of his head on my shoulder. I'm so tired. Silver might be the most capable of the team, but it's easy to forget that he's still the youngest. He spent most of his life protecting others, but it feels like he's never let anyone return the favor. I can't do that much for him. I sit there for a little while. At one point, I think he's about to fall asleep, but then he speaks up quietly. Do you really think that he'll be okay with this? I think you're underestimating him, honestly. Then, I think I'm ready. Silver pushes away and stands up, brushing himself off. I get up to stand with him. Let's call him up here then. You really should get everything off your chest before we leave, right? I think about my confession to Aaron. God knows I feel better after this week. Silver tilts his head, confused. What's that mean? Oh, I'll save it for the road trip. He nods, and his tail swishes a bit. Do you want me to message him for you? No. I should be the one. Silver sends Canto a message, and he replies back quicker than expected. He says he needs 20 minutes, and he'll be on his way. In the meantime, I take out more snacks for us while we wait. This is the longest 20 minutes of my life, and I'm sure that it's even longer for Silver. He's cleaning one of his knives. I guess even an assassin can get nervous from time to time. Eventually, I see his ears flick back, and he sits up. I start to hear footsteps come from where the elevator is. Canto has his hands in his pockets as he looks around. Silver looks like he's already losing his nerve, so I take it upon myself to call Canto over. Hey, over here. Canto's ears twitch as he turns to face us. He pauses before making his way over. I whisper to Silver. Do you want me to stay? You don't have to, but can you wait for me after? I nod.
Hey, Silver. Cyrus.
Hey. They both stand awkwardly. Neither knows what to say or how to start. I can hear Silver gulp before he tries to speak up. Thanks for coming up to meet me.
No big deal. I was feeling stuffy down there anyway.
Yeah, same. There's another pause. I'll, give you two some space. I can go, stand watch or something. Kanto smirks.
Thanks, String Bean.
I make my way towards the elevator. They're not that far away. Even from this distance, I can still mostly hear their conversation. So... Kanto crosses his arms. Silver coughs. I wanted to talk about, us.
What about us?
Like, how standoffish I've been this past year. Silver is trembling, but he manages to keep eye contact with Kanto.
Let's sit down.
Okay. They take a moment to get comfortable, sitting side by side where Silver and I were just before. I know I haven't been honest with you. I need to change that. I know. But Fuck. Give me a second. Silver breaks eye contact with Kanto, struggling to say anything, and eventually takes a deep breath. Let me just say this first, okay? I love you. I always have. But... you were right. We can't do this anymore. Silver kicks some dirt in frustration. This sucks. I'm sorry.
Just talk, Silver. Say whatever you want to say.
Right. Okay. Do you remember when you asked me to move in with you? It was a while ago. I know that it meant a lot to you. I mean, naturally it would. That's a big step for us. But when you asked me that, I froze. I wasn't ready, and I don't know when I'll ever be ready. You deserve someone who's all in, and I don't think that's me. Kanto's shoulders drop at that statement. The truth is, it's too much pressure right now. Being someone's something. I have too much on my mind. Between you and Ash, and their resistance, I can't do it all. And I'm so sorry it took me this long to tell you that. I was scared.
That's news to me. Why were you scared?
Because you love the hell out of me, and that's scary. You were my first, Kanto. I didn't know what I was doing or what I was feeling. But I do know that you were the first person to ever make me feel normal. That was everything to me. So none of this is on you. It's my fault. I'm all fucked up. Silver starts to choke up, and finally tears escape him. I'm a freaking mess, Kanto. Please don't hate me. I don't want you to hate me. I can't handle that, even though I know I deserve it.
Silver.
Kanto seems taken aback by that. Silver starts wiping away the tears with his arm. Not entirely sure on how to respond, Kanto places a hand on Silver's shoulder.
Hey, come on. I don't hate you. If you don't think this is working, I can't do shit about that. This has been a long time coming anyway. I'm just glad you were finally able to tell me yourself.
Silver's ears flatten, and he looks away.
I just wish you had told me sooner.
I know. I'm sorry.
You really need to work on this communication stuff. It doesn't have to be this hard. But I'm sure my temper didn't help. I'm really sorry for yelling at you earlier, for how I've been acting. It was frustrating. After all the silence and cold shoulders, I couldn't take it anymore. And then you went and kept this mission from me too.
Sorry.
It's fine. I get it now.
Kanto lets out a deep sigh.
But it's been too long for me, and you're leaving again.
Maybe I don't have to go. I can just find someone to replace me. And I'll just stay here. And you and me can...
No, don't do that. You just finally started being honest with yourself. Don't start backpedaling now. We have different priorities, and that's okay. I don't want you to feel bad about that. I'm gonna be fine. And I want you to be fine too.
Yeah. I'll try.
I really did love you, Silver. But you should know that I don't want to wait around anymore. After all this time, I don't deserve that.
I know.
Just do what makes you happy, okay? We don't have to be a thing. We can still be friends, if you want.
Silver sniffles and nods. I'd like that. There's an awkward silence between the two. They've stopped looking at each other at this point, until Kanto tilts his head to peek over at Silver. Then he nudges his arm with his elbow.
Hey, you want to know something stupid? If it wasn't obvious, I was a little jealous of your roommate.
It was obvious.
Cyrus kind of became my punching bag for a while.
What?
Don't be mad, I already apologized. We talked it out. Hell, he's the reason you're talking to me now, isn't he? Little meddler.
Silver shoots him a glare and Kanto flinches. After a moment, the fox gives him a light jab on his arm, and he manages to laugh. You deserve that.
I know.
With the tension broken, they both look up at the stars together.
Maybe this is all for the best. You and I can focus on ourselves and stop worrying about this. But I'm gonna miss you, you know. You're still my favorite guy, Silver.
Yeah, I'll miss you too. Just for a moment, Kanto feels his eyes get misty, and he turns away. He clears his throat and stands up, looking back down at Silver again. Silver looks up at him, curious.
I'm gonna head back to my place for the night. I think I need a day to myself.
Silver gives him a slightly dejected look, but nods. Yeah, okay.
I'll see you tomorrow. You should get some rest.
Right. Yeah, I will. Kanto takes a deep breath and waves bye to Silver before walking towards my direction. Once he reaches me, he clears his throat and speaks.
I'm gonna go. Sorry.
Okay, I'll be around if you need to talk.
Sure. Thanks.
He continues walking towards the elevator, back to the base. Once he's out of sight, I make my way over to Silver, who's now watching the stars alone. Are you okay? Yeah, maybe. We can go back to the room if you want. I think I'm gonna stay for a bit. It feels nice out here. Want me to stick around? Nah, it's okay. You sure? For the first time this evening, he smiles reassuringly. Sorry, I think I just want to be alone for a bit. I smile back and pat his shoulder. I think I'm gonna go spend the night at Ash's place. It's been a while since we've hung out. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, if I don't see you in the morning, I'll see you tomorrow night. You too, bud. See ya. I take that as my cue to leave and make my way back towards the base. I have to pay Vita one more visit before tomorrow. Before I step into the elevator, I look back at Silver. He's watching the stars again, but alone this time. Underneath the moonlight, his fur is glowing, and he looks at ease. Much more than I've ever seen before. They have entered their divorced dad arc. A few hours pass by quickly. I sigh and fall back onto my bed, arms sprawled out. Today was a lot more than I bargained for. Vita was more accommodating than I thought that they would be. They already prepared a good amount of medicine for me to take on the trip. Our promise still stands. Come back alive, or else. I intend to. I gotta start thinking of the bigger picture after all. The Resistance needs me as proof of what Resume is really like. I can't be wasteful with the remaining time that I have left. That being said, I have nothing else to do for tonight. I've just been pacing around my room for the past 30 minutes. It's nearly midnight, but I'm too excited to sleep yet. I've gone over everything in my Axiom multiple times. I'd say that I'm good on supplies. I pull out my Axiom to send a message to Aaron. Hey, Aaron? If it's alright with you, can I come over tonight? Or you can come hang out here, whichever you prefer. And send. It's kind of late, so I prepare myself with a chance that Aaron might not respond. Then my Axiom beeps, not even a minute later. I'm pleasantly surprised, if a little shocked. I go to open it and furrow my brow. It's a message from Canto. Hey, can you come meet me in 15 minutes? Go to the coordinates attached. Thanks. Huh? I wonder what Canto could want with me at this time of the night. I don't recognize the coordinates he sent me either. Where is this? What's up? Canto replies immediately. Don't worry about it, and don't be a wimp. You have 13 minutes. What the hell? Confused, I leave my room and then head to one of the ports. When the port opens, I'm somewhat cautious. It looks like I'm still in a building, but it's dark. The moon is the only source of light that I have right now. My boots echo throughout the halls as I look around. I peer out a nearby window, but I still can't piece together where I could possibly be. This building, wherever it is, seems to be in the middle of an overgrown forest.
Cyrus, that you?
I hear a familiar voice echo throughout the hallway. Yeah. Where are you? Can't see a thing.
The lights down there don't work. Come upstairs.
I follow his voice and eventually find a staircase with some lights pouring down it. I hold the dusty handrail as I walk up. I see Kanto further down the hall. He nods at me to follow him. Now that I can see better, I take in the environment properly. There are wires and cords all along the wall, converging into the room Kanto walked to. Turning the corner, I see him sitting on a couch.
Glad you could make it.
Uh, sure. Thanks for having me. I see all types of equipment that I don't recognize throughout the room. I'm surprised with how neat everything is organized. Even I don't know what any of this is. There are basic amenities, including a bed, fridge, and even a kitchenette.
Welcome to my home. Make yourself comfortable.
I nod. Curious, I try to take out my Axiom screen to see what part of the US we're in. One unopened message. I'll check on that in a second. When I try to access the gate, I get an error message. No network availability. Hey, where the hell are we?
Axiom not working?
Canto smirks at me.
I have to use the satellites myself. There's no reception all the way out here.
Canto pulls up his own Axiom with a map. He shows me a landmass that looks a lot like South America. I can't hide my surprise. You live in the fucking Amazon rainforest?
I guess? It's just a big forest to me.
How did you end up living here of all places?
One day when I was fiddling with ports, I stumbled upon this building. It has a lot of solar-powered tech, though it was in disrepair when I found it. Still, it's a useful hideout. Only a handful of people know about it.
Only a handful? That must mean that I'm special in your eyes, huh? I chuckle and Kanto rolls his eyes.
Shut up. Don't let it get to your head.
I can't promise that.
You're not even my first visitor today. I just had a friend over before you came.
Oh? Who's the friend? Kanto's eyes go wide.
Crap. Sorry, I can't say, but you're part of the Resistance now, so I'll let you in on a secret. I'm working closely with someone in Covert Ops who's investigating Resume. We sometimes meet here to discuss private matters. Honestly, we've been working on something for a while now, but I can't go into details. Not yet.
Oh. In that case, I'll pretend that I didn't hear anything then. That being said, I waggle my eyebrows. Feels good to know that you're comfortable enough around me to let stuff like that slip. Ah, but there was that one time that you blurted out Silver's name.
Alright. You're not as funny as you think you are.
He tries to hide his smile by clearing his throat.
But anyway, enough about that. I didn't go through the trouble of asking you just to give you a tour.
He gets up from the couch, but doesn't elaborate. I see his tail swishing back and forth. Just gonna leave me in suspense, or...
Give me a sec, I'm grabbing it.
Kanto heads over to one of the many workstations. He tosses something in my direction, and I catch it easily in the air.
There's your gamepad thing, or whatever. It should be fixed up.
Oh, wow.
I went ahead and replaced some parts. With its new efficient power source, it should last much longer now.
Did you try it out? Like the game that it came with? Did you play it?
Nope, haven't tried it yet. I'm sure it works, but I wanted to give you the honors.
Wow. I like your confidence. Thank you, Canto. This will hopefully make the trip much more bearable.
Yeah, well.
Kanto huffs and looks out the window. His tail is still flicking back and forth. So you called me all the way out here to your super secret base just for this? I know this dragon well enough by now. He has something that he wants to say. Just gotta lovingly egg him on is all. He grumbles.
Okay, fine. I'm not going to have another chance after tonight.
He points to the couch.
You, sit.
Confused, I do as I'm told. The big dragon walks over and plops himself next to me on the couch. He's trying to act comfortable, but he's still fidgeting. So...
I'm getting to it.
Kanto sighs, like whatever he's about to say is causing him pain.
I just wanted to say thank you. Seriously. For tonight, I mean.
Oh. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Mostly.
He sighs and leans back on the couch.
Okay, it sucks. I know I said I'd already accepted it was over, but I still feel down, I guess. I'm not upset. Maybe relieved, but I'll be fine. I just need to sleep on it.
That's good. I figured that you'd take it better than Silver would. I finally got him to open up before you got there. I think it helped a lot. Kanto smiles.
No way in hell did I think you'd be the one to crack Silver, but I'm glad you did.
It feels like the least that I could do considering everything you two have done for me. Kanto leans close to me, resting his elbow against the couch. He looks me over and then laughs.
Funny, when I first met you, I thought you were just gonna drag us down. You might have been the scrawniest guy I'd ever seen. That oversized jacket didn't help either.
I smile and chuckle.
But you've grown a lot, huh?
I'd like to think so.
Cyrus, I have a favor to ask of you.
Sure, anything.
Could you watch out for Silver?
I can do that. Technically speaking, Silver's the one that should be watching out for me.
That's not what I mean.
Then what do you mean? Kanto groans.
He's always working himself to death with all these missions. I don't get it. Ash is safe. Isn't that enough? I wish he'd take a break or something, at least for his brother. Don't get me wrong, I care about our cause, but we should be taking care of ourselves too.
Yeah, it feels like he's got a lot more going on than he likes to admit. Don't worry, I'll watch over him.
Thanks.
Kanto looks away and I can tell he's anxious. I take this moment to try to lighten the mood. Speaking of the mission, Titania said that I couldn't come back to the base until it's over. Maybe we'll see each other out in the field?
The world's a big place. Who knows?
Kanto points to my hand.
Just remember, now we even know axioms aren't perfect.
True. Oh, that reminds me. I got a message that I haven't read yet. I go to my notifications. It's a reply from Aaron. I smile. Sorry, but I gotta go.
What the heck do you have going on this late at night? Maybe you're the one that needs a break.
That's exactly what I plan to do. Aaron said that I could spend the night at his place, since it'll be a while until I can, again.
Oh, I see.
Kanto raises his brow at me. I can't help but blush. Don't get any weird ideas.
Too late. But hey, before you go, why don't you give your game a test drive?
Oh, sure, hang on. I hold a familiar device in my hands. Kanto scoots up closer and we both peer down at the screen. I take a good, long look at the device, not realizing that I've been staring at it for more than a few moments. Kanto taps my shoulder.
You good?
Yeah, sorry. So you really fixed it, huh? Didn't actually think that I'd get to play it again. Just having a piece of my past with me was enough, honestly. Why the heck am I so nervous?
Beats me. You're a sentimental guy, so I get it. Come on, just turn it on already.
Okay. Here I go. I flip on the switch. I hear a familiar chime, something I haven't heard in centuries. It's followed by a pause. It always takes a few seconds before the game's title screen appears. Right now, it feels like an eternity. When it does, another familiar tune starts playing that instantly fills me with nostalgia. Something I thought that I'd never hear again. It's hard for me to hide my excitement at this point. Kanto chuckles and gives me a thumbs up, proud of himself, no doubt. I feel a flutter in my chest. Memories of my childhood come rushing back, warm and happy memories. Memories of Dad sitting with me on the couch and watching me play the newest video game. Memories of Dad trying not to laugh at my embarrassing amount of game overs. And despite that, he was always there, ready to help me when I had given up. Nothing beat the feeling of finally clearing a hard level by myself, and it was always thanks to him. I wish that I could tell you how sorry I am for never getting a chance to say goodbye. But even when the world was ending, you were thinking of me. Thank you, Dad. I'll keep doing my best. Just watch me. The day is finally here. Evening comes in fast. It's already 7 at night. As much as I wanted to spend my last day at home relaxing, I had more on my plate than I realized. I guess that's fine. I'm not one to sit around and do nothing anymore. Looking around my room, I check to see that I have everything that I need. Won't be back here anytime soon, so I make sure my bed is nice and tidy for when I return. Silver packed up all his belongings already. I haven't seen him all day. He probably wanted to tidy up loose ends this time around. Guess he'll get to see my new haircut along with everyone else. I head to the bathroom to make sure everything looks okay. I'm thankful Karain was nice enough to squeeze me in for a last-minute hair appointment. I got so used to the white that I almost don't recognize myself as I look in the mirror. I kinda like the black though. I just hope that it does its job and fools any would-be resume captors. I make sure my Arcadia collar is fastened and synced up to my axiom. Finally, I take a deep breath. Alright, it's time to go. I head out of the bathroom and out of my room and close the door behind me. The sun is starting to set. I see the members of my crew almost immediately and make my way towards them. Eventually, everyone looks over in my direction when they hear my footsteps. Well, speak of the devil.
Whoa, didn't recognize you at first. That's a look.
What do you think? Different enough? I'll say, I doubt anyone would know it's you at a glance. Not too shabby, Cyrus. Might take some getting used to. I think I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. Karain says with pride. Definitely. Almost coming to my favorite hairdresser. Aw, Cyrus. She picks me up for a sudden bear hug. I'll be here when you get back, but you'll have to rely on the little fox man over there until then. Silver rolls his eyes. I'm sure I'll manage. I tap out almost immediately on account of all the air in my lungs being squeezed out. Oops, sorry, Cy. Please don't kill him. He hasn't even started his first mission yet. Hey, give me some credit. It'll take more than that to do me in. See, I knew I was being careful. I cough. That's not what I meant. We all share a laugh. I look over the scenery again. Dusk definitely looks different compared to dawn out here. You know, with how often we hang out here, we should set up some park benches or something.
I wouldn't mind. Gets too cold in the basement for my liking.
You know that the point of a secret base is for it to be secret, right? We'll just have to say that we're having a secret picnic if anyone asks. Let me know when they do. I'll port over to find out how that goes down. Aaron speaks up. Just so you know, I'm not gonna bust you out of jail again, Yin Queen. As if I need you to, and that was a one-time thing.
For now.
What'd you get arrested for? I blew something up. She blew up a resume laboratory that was under construction. And my arm! Don't forget my arm!
Like we could forget.
Canto snickers before Karain starts to get fired up. Before they can start to bicker, Aaron claps his hands to get our attention. Alright. Normally I'd leave you guys to it, but the sun is going down. Silver, Cyrus, come here. We do as he says. Aaron places a paw on each of our shoulders. You're going to do great out there. Remember that your job isn't to engage in unnecessary combat. Your job is to secure a source of lodestars and run reconnaissance. That being said, I know you two are capable of holding your own out there, so if you have the opportunity, you'd better kick some ass. Right. Wouldn't have it any other way. Good. Now, I know it's not your first time, Silver, but since it's Cyrus's... Hell yeah, present time! Huh? Silver suddenly pushes something onto my chest. Here's mine. I hope you like it. He smirks. Confused, I look up at Aaron. It's a tradition that, for your first time, we each give you something. Oh, wait. I want to go first. Cyrus is gonna flip. Karain? Don't you think that you should save yours for the end? What? What for? Well, how do I put this? Wouldn't it be a good idea to save the best for last? Karain gives a smug grin and nods. Ooh, good point, good point. All right then, continue. This makes me nervous for some reason. Aaron chuckles. Well, go on, open it. Sure. Thank you very much. I say out of habit before feeling the box in my hands. It's kind of small but heavy. Opening up the lid, I see something shiny. It's a custom knife from our practice sessions. I'd say that you could use one while we're out and about. The blade isn't like any knife that I've ever seen before. It reminds me more of a small katana than a knife. There is a ring at the bottom of the hilt as well. It's amazing. Thank you, Silver. I'll treat it well. I'll show you how to do weapon maintenance while we're on the road. Always gotta make sure your blades and guns are taken care of. I look forward to it. Aaron clears his throat. I got you something too. It was last minute, but I hope that you like it. Aaron sheepishly produces something from his back pocket. It's wrapped in cloth. I'm not the best at wrapping, but feel free to take the handkerchief with you. I graciously accept it, sorting it carefully into my axiom. Aw, guys, you really didn't have to go through all of this. Nonsense. You deserve it. Be careful, though. They're fragile. Plural? Huh? I carefully unravel the handkerchief. Inside is a weighty, ornate box. It fits in the palm of my hand, if only just barely. Press the button in the middle. I nod and do so. The lid opens, revealing a shiny necklace, before music starts playing. It's a music box. I wanted to get you a necklace anyway, but I thought that you might want something to help you sleep. Camping can be tough. I meticulously pull the necklace out to get a better look at it. I'd recognize that color anywhere. It's a lodestar. It almost looks like a blue pearl. Since you apparently used up the one that you had, I thought that I'd get you another. I hope it'll help you in a pinch. I can already feel tears welling up, but I hold them back. Thank you, Aaron. Do you mind tying it on for me? I'd be happy to. Aaron takes the necklace from my hand and then reaches behind me, my neck, to fasten it. I hold the blue stone in my hand. It's clearly been polished, with how shiny it is compared to your average piece of lodestar. It is by far the prettiest one that I've ever seen. I can only imagine how much it cost him. My debts to him just keep growing. There. How's that? Perfect. I give the big cat an even bigger hug. Our last one for a while. I'll miss you so much. All of you. I promise to write back as often as I can. It'll be gloomy without you, like I said before. Aaron pulls back to look me in the eye. I know you're going to do great out there. In fear of crying yet again, I stay silent and nod. After closing the music box, I pull my inventory screen out, placing both it and the knife inside. Aaron chuckles. Canto comes up to me.
Alright, Cyrus. I already gave you your gift last night, so don't get greedy. Take this with you. I unlocked it, just like you asked.
Canto pulls out the pistol from his Axiom inventory sphere.
Consider this a consolation prize for showing up on time. Be careful out there, alright?
Thank you, Canto. You've been a big help. Canto pauses and smirks.
Just kidding.
Huh? Canto ruffles my hair with his paw.
I've got one more thing for you.
Canto doesn't give me an opportunity to say anything as he pulls something else out of his Axiom inventory. He passes me a rather large box. I set it down on the ground, not sure what it could be. Slowly I open the top up and then reach inside. It's a motorcycle helmet. Oh. Wow. Did you make this for me, Canto?
Sure did.
You didn't have to do that. Silver already told me that he had a spare. But I have to admit, having my own custom helmet, this is amazing. Thank you so much. Erin chuckles and points in the direction behind me. Turn around. I don't think that she can keep waiting any longer. Upon doing so, I see Karain looking angsty. She's tapping her foot while checking the non-existent nails on her prosthetic arm. When she catches us staring, she gasps. Is it my turn? It looks like it's your time to shine. Go for it. Be right back. She bolts behind the rocks. Moments later, she wheels something up to the road. Ta-da! Your very own motorcycle, she says proudly. Wait, what? What? I can't accept this. This is too much. Of course you can. You're the one who helped me fix it up after all. Wait, is this the junker that we've been tinkering with in our spare time? Getting a closer look, I can definitely see the similarities. Sure is, though I finished the rest up on my own so that I could be ready for you. Karain tosses the keys to me. I barely catch them. Believe me, you're gonna need this if you're gonna be gone that long. I want you to have it, Cyrus. I want you to have the means to explore this world the best that you can. Dude, you're seriously going to make me cry, you know that? Ain't no shame in it. She comes over and smacks me hard on the back. You got a long road ahead of you, rookie. Make sure to enjoy every last second of it. Right. Now it's Silver's turn to clear his throat. Not to steal the spotlight, but were you able to run maintenance on mine too? Sure did. It's behind that rock too. I couldn't drag them both out here by myself. Leave it to me. Thanks again. I owe you one. Get me some cool souvenirs while you're out, and we'll call it even. Deal. I'll be right back. Silver heads over to the rocks and Canto walks up to me shortly after.
I spent all night making sure your helmet would be ready. It'll give you night vision while you're out after dark, and can even communicate with your Axiom. Hopefully it'll help out.
I'm sure it will. This is probably a bad time to say it, but I don't know how to ride a motorbike. Don't worry. Silver parks his bike next to mine. No one's going to be on the highway this time of the night. We'll get you some good practice. I added some self-driving tools too. Still, you should learn how to drive on your own. No time like the present, right? That's the spirit. I smile, getting myself up before heading to my bike. Ready? I think so. No, I know so. Good. Silver slides on his helmet and hops onto his bike. I try to do the same, but I have some trouble. Want me to help you up? For old time's sake? I chuckle. Sure. Just you wait. Next time, I'll be the one taking you up on joyrides. Erin starts to lift me up from under my armpits, gently sitting me down on the bike. I look forward to it. He leans down close to me, out of earshot. I'll miss you too, Cyrus. See you around. I blush, but smile happily. I take the handkerchief Erin wrapped his gift with and try my best to tie it around my neck. Erin smiles before heading back to stand with Karain and Canto. I pull my hair up as much as I can before sliding Canto's helmet over my head. Immediately, I see an interface pop up in the visor. Device sync available. Proceed. Yes. Can you turn on autopilot once we take off? Affirmative. Would you like to initiate co-pilot mode with nearby contact, Silver? Oh, yes, please. Connecting. I put the key in the ignition. Feeling the engine rev for the first time gives me goosebumps. I can hear Silver in my helmet. No turning back now, killer. Shall we? Let's. I look back to the crew, waving. Please grip both hands firmly on the handlebars. Be sure both feet are placed on the footrests. Autopilot will initiate shortly. Okay. I situate myself and give Silver a thumbs up, and he returns it with his own. Silver starts to pull out, and I start to follow. It goes slow at first, a little nerve-wracking, but I'm excited to start my new journey. Silver speeds up and my bike does the same. As we both ride off into the sunset sky, I look back one last time. I don't see them anymore. I feel a pain in my chest. I keep riding forward, eager to prove myself to the people that I care about. End of Arc 4. Remember the Flowers, end of Part 1. So, that was, well, the end of the first part of Remember the Flowers, so we are officially at the halfway point. And honestly, I thought we were at the halfway point like maybe several updates ago, but like now we're there officially. Dax. So in case you haven't noticed, I'm still sick. I kept having to pause and then go blow my nose and then pause and go blow my nose because I kept getting like stuffed up. Anywho. So what'd you guys think? This was... I have thoughts. Because this is a very long update. I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna cut it. I think I'm gonna cut it around... Or you know what? I'm just gonna start talking about after the whole talk with Silver and Canto. And then I'll talk about the other stuff with Axel in the other video. So this will be the second part. So anyway, so I had always hoped that Silver and Canto would be able to like stay together. I mean, I kind of knew that they wouldn't. You could kind of see that was coming up, but I had always hoped that they would stay together. It is nice to see that they were able to talk about these things beforehand, before Cyrus and Silver left, that they were able to clear the air before. It is sad that they broke up, but it is sort of like one of those things where it's like, if it has to happen, it has to happen. Sometimes you meet someone at the wrong time sometimes you meet the right person, but it's just you're not there for each other because you both are not ready, or one or the other is just not ready yet. And sometimes it just doesn't work out. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to work out maybe in the future. Maybe in the future they might have another chance. Although I have a suspicion of what's going to happen, but I'm going to keep that to myself. But I am going to discuss it with Orion. I did appreciate that it did show that though. Them discussing these things. Because it is not something that you usually see in some visual novels, especially visual novels where sometimes the focus is on, like the happy stuff. Although this visual novel doesn't always focus on the happy stuff, but it is good that we got to see that, We got to see them break up. But they did end up on good terms. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, honestly. I did appreciate it, though. I certainly hope that nothing bad happens to Silver. Jericho, I'm talking to you directly right now. Also, there's some new artwork that you guys haven't seen, which is this is, I believe, from the train, when they're in the train, before Smelly Pooper decides to betray Cyrus. Then there is this one where he's literally about to betray him. It's kind of nice that they're also animated, like that there's multiple pieces to these CGs and they're animated. Which one also is new? This one, I believe. This one is new. When Silver and Cyrus are having a little practice battle, and Cyrus activates his little witch time, and Silver's like, "Wait a minute, how are you dodging?" And then he starts going a little bit more aggressively. Are there any new ones? I think that's the only new one. I think that for Patreon, the last two, this one and this one, weren't on there. It was surprising when I saw them. It's like, hey, wait a minute, this is new. I don't remember this. There's also the music room. Abuse. I recognize all his music. It's like, hey, wait a minute, I have these albums. I recognize them. This one too. Hyena Blood, Caesar's Hell. A lot of good music. And then there's also the side stories. That's right, we're gonna get side stories, but they're not available yet. The side story of when Silver and Canto meet, and they don't get along at first. And then one for Cyrus and Damien. And I guess there's one gonna be for Karain, maybe. I think that maybe this one might be when Cooper gave up Xavier. We'll see. Anywho, but yeah, so is my name on here? Oh no, this is Great Supporters. I don't think my name is on here. I guess I will have to donate more money. Orion, you're on here too. Anyway, so yeah, comments, write down what you think, and thank you all for watching / listening and supporting me while I read these visual novels to you. If you would like to play Remember the Flowers, you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which should have a direct link for their Twitter page, where you can see right here that I'm highlighting it. We should have a direct link for the itch.io page where you can download it from there, or you can just go to itch.io and download it from there. And if you would like to support the project, then you can, go down again to the description, which should have a direct link for their Patreon, where you can subscribe and get early access to builds of Remember the Flowers like I do, and see some behind the scenes stuff that they're doing. And they also have a Discord, and they also have merch. Yeah, that's right, they have merch, and that's going to come into play in May of 2024, because I'm going to be running a giveaway. Ooh. Obviously, it's only for May of 2024. If you're watching this before, for the channel members, or after, for everyone else, then, too bad. But yeah, so, keep an eye out for that or whatever, I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, so, I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also, I have a throne, it's in the description. Bye-bye.